Interesting. I think Fabi might have missed queen g6 check there in h6. He backed up, I think, instinctively, but queen g6 check and h6 might have been lights out. I think he got worried, as to the point Simon said, that the queen and knight can be dangerous, and so Fabi was not interested in any kind of risk.
Just 5 seconds on the clock for Wesley right now. Fabi with 40 seconds. This is getting into danger time zone. The bishop retreats, the knight retreats. David, 2 extra pawns should be Fabi's game?
It should be, but I agree with Danny. I think just these 1 or 2 small missed opportunities, not finishing it off when you have the opportunity, it could backfire. Look at Black's knight now dancing.
Well, now the knight's dominating. h5 is suddenly overextended instead of an asset. I think queen g6 was actually critical, because the other thing that happened, you highlighted those pawns being useless, David, but actually the b7 pawn was super weak when the queen had access to c8. Not anymore. So I'm actually, suddenly it's turned, and I think that Wesley's going to hold this.
Fabi declines the repetition, so he's still going for the win in this position. Watch out for discovered checks. The queen and the knight lined up against the white king.
Yeah, just full light square domination here for Black, and great compensation. I agree as well. The white h-pawn looks like it's overstepped its mark. Harry getting too excited there, Simon.
And there goes a pawn as well. I mean, that's quite an important pawn, because Black has a very useful pass pawn. OK, white trying to open up the black king now, but Black gets the first check in, and he's threatening a checkmate. Yeah. There is a big threat.
And now who's down on time? Now who's down on time?
4 seconds, 3 seconds. He's got a mate to defend.
Well, he's got to be careful. The queen is zigzagging her way closer and closer to that white king. And
well, queen takes bishop is very...
Does it work?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yes.
Queen takes bishop, knight d3 check.
Then king comes forward, picks up the f-pawn.
Aha, okay, so Wesley's calculating it, but knight d3 first doesn't work because queen takes f5 check.
Yeah.
So maybe you can do that anyway.
No, he doesn't. Wait, he allows it?
He allows
What?
Was it part of the plan, or did he miss it, David?
I think it's part of the plan. Now, the maximum white can get is just a perpetual check. White has to keep giving checks because the white bishop will drop if you stop. And, yeah, you have to just go for the draw now, I think, Fabi.
Oh, wait.
Well, he plays on.
No, he wants more?
He's going for the win.
The fighting chess is on.
Both sides playing for the win now. But Black's got pawns too. Look how they're running now.
Yeah. Who's winning the king and pawn ending? Because we're going to find out right now whether Wesley goes for it.
Keep pushing.
That's a
maybe he
mistake.
should have. Maybe he should have.
Now the bishop can wriggle out. He keeps checking first.
b7 is also falling.
Okay, will we see a draw by repetition? Wow,
No.
he moves his
Going
bishop.
for it.
Nice.
Who's playing for the
I
win?
think he could have taken b7. Okay. Oh, my gosh.
The bishop's attack, a queen trade offered, and Wesley declines it.
I think white can go for b7, but they're afraid to do it.
The bar has no idea who's
The
playing
bar
for
has
a win
no
right
idea.
now.
But now's your chance if you want the pawn. Nope, he doesn't yet.
You can choose which pawn to take. Maybe Fabi wants the g-pawn. He's going to give some checks. He needs to get a bishop into the game somehow. White's bishop is just a bystander right now. Okay, repeating. 15 seconds gets 20.
Oh, he
gonna
can
pick up
take
the
the 7th
b-pawn.
rank.
Now he can pick up the g-pawn with some checks.
Queen f5 check wins g5 with check. He didn't see it. Oh, he missed it.
Fabi. Ooh, he had a winning check there. He could have dropped himself on f5 and that would have been game over. Okay, Wesley's grabbing pawns.
Oh, my God, I love it. Wesley's turning this around.
And 12
Feel the
seconds
nerves.
for Fabi right now. Queen comes back to defend the a-pawn, but what a moment that was. Fabi could have wrapped up the game right there with the right check, but he missed it.
Now White's bishop can re-enter the action. There we go. Fabi is finally going for that black g-pawn, but some checks. I'm really scared here if I'm Fabiano.
Too little, too late.
I mean, it's just changing every move, this one. I mean, I expect it'll be a draw because it's so up and down.
I don't know.
You know, just because it's so crazy.
I'm expecting Wesley to get this. I think the whole thing is switched around. Fabi missed his chances. The queen and knight are now super dangerous against the king. The c-pawn is passed.
This is scary for White's king.
I think, yeah. Will
he
this be
gonna
the
repeat?
draw?
No, I think
the
Wesley's
end.
going to see it. He's going to push.
Yeah.
Wesley will be the one to try for a win now.
I think so. I think he's feeling it. I
is.
think he is.
Queen and knight are so dangerous together.
Yeah.
This one, momentum as well, all on Black's side.
He's trying to get his king to a much safer space there
And now it's-
to avoid the checks. And now that knight and queen there, they've got to find a way in, and it's not so
Here it
easy.
is.
OK, he's
The
pushed
pawn
the pawn.
joins the body. And now it's Fabi who's trying to repeat the moves.
Wesley has
trying.
been super smart with the king, getting it out of harm's way so he can advance the pawn.
I think Wesley's taking this one. A check.
Repeating the position first, though.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Don't do it, Wesley.
Remember,
Don't do
they want
it.
time. They want time on the clock. That's why they're repeating moves.
9,
It doesn't necessarily mean they want to draw.
Okay, Black's queen
Oh,
can give a check.
he goes the other
He
way.
just allowed queen h7?
He's walking into the center.
Okay,
King of the
here
hill
we
again.
go.
And David, it's good strategy for the black king to stay on light squares and not allow a check with the bishop.
Yeah, you have to be really careful. Walk onto the wrong square and you might get forked, skewered. That white bishop is just poised there, but he's using the light squares, Tanya. Just can he get out, though? The white queen is keeping this cage shut. Maybe it's a draw. Maybe there's no way out for the black king.
I think it's a draw now. I don't think there's any way you can escape this, right?
Oh, he plays off.
This is very risky, Dave.
He wants it. Even with the pawn on dark squares, he's not afraid of the queen trade. White is one move away from that eval bar crashing down and there being a checkmate attack. So Wesley is banking on a blunder by Fabi here.
Be careful. Don't take that black pawn. The black queen, if it gives one check, that would have ended in checkmate. So Fabi has to keep checking.
Okay, he moved.
And now queen trades and the pawn is hanging, but he gives a check. Another one. Oh, repetition.
Maybe it's finally time.
Black
Don't do
blocks
it.
now with
Play
the queen.
on.
It's a draw.
No, he wants more. He's still going. Let's go. Fighting chess.
I love this move. He's walking all the way up the board if he can. The knight blocks. The best defender is a knight for a king. And no more checks.
So irritating for the white queen to be blocked by the knight. Oh,
And
there it
the
is.
pawn pushes.
The pawn pushes, and the eval bar goes crashing down.
Black king, where's it going? Is it going back or is it
Run
stepping
out.
forward?
Run to d5 or c5.
5 seconds.
Yeah, c5. That's it, because you can guard the pawn when the king moves.
Yeah, he's running into open air here. Just sidestep, step into the center of the board. Okay, this looks good too. The king's going to hide. Finally, it's running towards the corner. Black's going to make a new queen. This is game over.
Just like
B5,
that.
That's it.
Just like that.
Oh, and that's a pain. You can't pick up the c-pawn because of the king. And Fabiano Caruana resigns. What a win by Wesley So, keeping the tension, keeping the pressure.